gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Maximum Extreme podcast. My name is Bobby Stryker.
And I'm Yao.
And this week, we're going to be talking about Taken 2. That's right, you're listening to the Maximum Extreme podcast. Yeah! And I can't believe it. We have with us today...
You idiot.
Yao! He's back!
Yeah. I've been busy saving lives, my friend. It's literally.
Except your own.
Yeah, my life is going downhill whilst I save other people's lives.
What's going on, man? It's been so long.
I know. I for a second, I listened to the podcast, last one, Expendables 2, with you, Keeb, and Jules, the trifecta. Yeah. And I was thinking, wow, that was such a good podcast. I was like, yeah, he doesn't need me anymore.
What the hell, man? What's been going on?
No, I've been really busy. I've been working loads of weekends. I've started working in a new institution in the UK. It's one of the busiest institutions in the whole country. It's
You're
hardcore.
in a new place now?
Yeah. I'm in like a new place near to home and stuff. So it's hardcore.
How's it working out? Is it better?
It's good in many ways. It's better to be busy at my stage. You know, do more operations, do more things, and you know, it's better to be busy. So
my bro just got a job.
Oh, wicked! So yeah, I heard he was unemployed in the last one. I was like, oh my god.
He was like really down. Like I've never heard him like it. Like I would call and he'd be like, but I don't want to talk. Bye. And I was like, oh wow. So yeah. I was a bit concerned, but he's perked up nicely now. It's like, and guess what? It's in our hometown.
Oh, wow, that's so good.
I mean, there's pros and cons to that. It just it's convenient, and I think my parents are going to be happy with him, because he was out of the country for so long.
More cons than pros, but still, yeah. Oh yeah, at least he's close to home because he spent far too long away from home and stuff. And your parents are getting older. At least one of the sons have to be a good son and be at home. So yeah. Unlike the other one who doesn't care about the mum and dad and just
that's not true, man. Come on.
Well, should we get your mum on the podcast, Bobby, and see what she has to say?
Let's not do that. So what else is happening, man? What's the scene in London? Have you been out and about? Any?
Well, they've been to a few recent festivals. There was like a secret kind of mini festival in Brixton just gone past with this renowned guy called Manu Chao. Have you heard of Manu Chao?
No, never heard of him.
See, a lot of people in the UK haven't, but he's really big in Latin America and most of Europe.
Oh, cool.
And it was just crazy. It was really cool. My fiance did some of the artwork. She was the artistic director.
Oh, wow.
For the festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome, and she was working so hard. And
is there stuff online? Can we see anything from it?
Yeah. It was called Brixton Come Together. Google it.
We'll do. That sounds pretty cool. Everyone check that out. Brixton Come Together. We should check that out.
And I'm sure there'll be another one next year where it'll be a bit bigger. This year was the first one, so they want to keep it low key, but it was off the hook. It was completely crazy.
Did you go to Notting Hill Carnival?
I didn't this year. I normally like to go, but the last few years I haven't managed to go, and this year it was due to work commitments and family commitments as well, so it was difficult.
Do you remember that time that we went?
Yeah, I remember the time we went. We were having mental breakdowns at that time, I'm sure, man. We went right in the head, I'm sure, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. I think, I don't know, but the whole thing is just really weird. It's like, I always thought it was like some kind of zombie movie. Everyone's so stoned, and it's like during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Just walking around like zombies. And it was... weird.
I thought we decided off air that we'd never talk about our exploits on air because let's
limited flashbacks once in a while.
All right, to give people a slight glimpse.
We can laugh at it now. Yeah. So what else? I was just thinking like the other day, like the club scene and stuff we used to go to, like Cargo and these places. I mean, is it still the same, or have you got new hangouts?
Well, the thing is, because I'm a different life.
So no more of that.
Not really, because we were single guys in London. We were looking for one thing, and now I'm a very happy
we were looking for one thing.
Yeah, no, that sounds bad.
And that was a place with a roof where we could stay in the warmth.
So we literally, to stop us from walking the streets, that's actually what we were looking for. And that's what we were very happy to get. As long as it was warm, the music wasn't too bad, we weren't too upset.
Yeah, we're not picky guys, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, but life is different now, and I'm very happy in this. I'm looking forward to trying to find more things for couples. I think trying to spend a bit more time with the fiance. Now I'm working so hard, and we got the kid as well. So we're trying to make as much time as we can together.
Family life.
Yeah, family life, and it's so much better than the stuff we had before.
So what's a good example of like a weekend family, escapade? Beach or?
Well, holiday was all beach when we went to Barcelona. But,
I saw some of the pics. Oh,
yeah,
man.
crazy. Okay, fine. Diversion. We stayed for one night at the W Hotel in Barcelona.
W Hotel?
Yeah, and I swear it was amazing. My fiance is really, really charming, and she was chatting away, and the guy at the front desk upgraded us. Like,
wow.
Up to like 2 levels of upgrade. So I paid for what I could afford at the time, which is not an amazing room, but it was a room in the W Hotel, and we got some crazy suite. You saw the pictures. Like,
I saw some, but I'm not familiar with the W Hotel. Like, what is that? Is that like some fancy pants place? Or?
The W Hotel in Barcelona. The W hotels across the world are all really high-end, fancy 5-star plus at times hotels. And the one in Barcelona is one of the newest ones. It's only 2 years old.
Right.
And so we had what you call a corner suite, in which it's a suite which has loads of extra perks. You've got a bathtub in your bedroom. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The window in the edge of your bedroom faces the Mediterranean Sea. Basically,
nice.
A south-facing window where the sun rises in the east and goes down the west. You have maximum sunshine all day long. And you look through the window, and we were high up on the 8th floor. I think it's around the 8th floor and higher. You don't even see the ground. All you see is just ocean.
Just ocean. Wow, that sounds amazing.
It's absolutely breathtaking. And it's very good for many things and very many escapades.
for many things. Oh, okay. Let's keep this family friendly, shall we?
But yeah, it's I recommend it for you and yours.
Hey, listen, would you ever consider moving out there then?
To Barcelona? Well, I think the problem is I don't speak good Spanish or much Spanish at all, but I can learn. But the situation in Spain is a bit messed up at the moment, the economy-wise. Catalonia, which is the area in Spain that Barcelona is the capital of, that's actually thriving, not doing too badly. But in my line of work, I really got to. I think communication is very important for things I do.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I don't need to just be able to speak language. I need to be able to speak it very well, and also I need to be happy with the way they do their healthcare there. And Spain's not really a place I want to work as a doctor or in my line of work. So I really like Spain. I love visiting it. And my fiance, she's Spanish, but she likes.
But potential for a second home or retirement home.
Yeah, definitely. I think we were talking seriously about second home in Spain, and then when God blesses me with more income, then I think we will definitely have a second home in Barcelona.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of two things. One is that a restaurant opened recently in Singapore called Catalunya. Obviously, it's like Spanish style with tapas and stuff, but the chefs were like former El Bulli chefs. El Bulli, one of the best restaurants I think it was number 1 in the world forever, and then it closed down for who knows whatever reason. It was pretty cool. It just reminded me of that. Yeah. Well, Catalunya is what? Is that the road that goes down Barcelona? I can't remember.
There's loads of places called Plaça de Catalunya and all this other stuff. But Catalonia is actually a region. It's like I always say it's like Wales. So like it's a part of Spain in which they have their own distinct.
Oh yeah, character. They have their own their own language as well, don't they? And they're quite proud of it.
Their language, yeah. So you go there, like you get your Spanish handbook. You speak Spanish in Catalonia. And they just look at you like you're dirt. They can all speak Spanish, but they don't like it. It's like the Welsh who don't want to speak any English at all. They can speak English, but they choose to speak their beautiful mother tongue. And the same with the people in Barcelona.
It's probably something like how in Hong Kong they just choose to speak Cantonese, whereas the rest of the billion Chinese people all speak Mandarin or
exactly.
their
it's about
dialects.
People's identity and so on, and national pride. Yeah,
it's unusual. It's interesting. And the other thing is, the hotel you mentioned, it reminds me of you remember Alicia, right? When we went to her wedding, she had something like that for her wedding room, where they had a bathtub in the room. So I think the idea was, I think you bathe in the room with the view of the ocean. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you do something in the room with the ocean, yeah.
Anyhow, so Taken 2, yeah? So you managed to catch it?
Oh, wow, yes. And it was really weird because I had a really long, hard day at work. And in order to be able to catch it, because I was working non-stop yesterday till just a few minutes. Basically, I've been at work for something like, I think I've been at work for 29 hours. And I've literally just been home for an hour. So I've just spent an hour with my family before doing this podcast.
Man, I'm sorry, man, tearing you away.
Nah, it's cool, man.
Your audience needs you, man.
Yeah, whatever.
We didn't know if you were alive. There was debates on the forums.
You and me had a tiff, maybe. No, what forums?
Anyway, let me do a quick synopsisization of Taken 2. So, yeah, there's going to be spoilers. So, in the first one, Mr. Liam Neeson, he goes to rescue his kidnapped daughter in Paris by Albanian sex traffic workers, right? And then, second, in this film, he revisits the same characters, except that the other guys are now after Liam Neeson, trying to get revenge for all the people he killed single-handedly in the first one. So that's just the kind of basic premise. They come after this former CIA-trained Superman. And you can figure it out. It's Liam Neeson we're talking about here. Liam Neeson.
Before Taken, the first one, I never really saw Liam Neeson as a hard man. I didn't see it. I saw him playing hard roles. I remember him in Schindler's List. I remember him in Star Wars, Let Me Forget His Role. I remember him in a few random films and thinking he's a good, strong actor, but I never saw him as an action man. I never saw him as a guy with fast moves, running, shooting, and being convincing. And when I watched Taken, I was blown away by his raw power, his energy, and you believe that he could kill it. You know, in some films where you watch, like, you know, even when I watch, remember Die Hard, Live Free, Die Hard, or Die Hard 4.0 if you're an American. Just remember, like, you see Bruce Willis do certain things, and you just accept, look, it's Die Hard, Bruce Willis, whatever. I'd never once believed that he could actually do the things he was doing. Yeah. But Liam Neeson, watching him in Taken, the first one, he was so convincing. And it just carries on in the second one. He's just a much better actor, isn't he? He just makes it believable. And there's this believability about him. He plays this character who is a obsessive man to a point. Obsessive, and he pays attention to detail. It's the attention to the detail his character takes to many things that makes you believe, this is what he'll do. The way he looks around, does things, every time he does something, it seems purposeful.
Yeah, it's all kind of calculated, very, to extreme precision. It's a recurring theme, right? It was similar. I mean, it's all written. These are characters written by Luc Besson, right? And I remember in Transporter, it's similar, right? It's quite similar, but Liam makes it believable.
See, and that's the thing. Transporter, you see Jason Statham, and he's this interesting character, whatever, in the Transporter movies. Let's say 1, because 1 and 2, maybe 3. I just pretend that film never happened. But there's something about Statham that makes it just not that believable. It's just like, I like to do this, or I drive my car like this, or I wear my gloves, I do this. It doesn't seem as believable. But Liam Neeson brings a grittiness to this role. And Luc Besson is an excellent writer. He knows how to write action. He knows how to direct action. I think, unfortunately, some of his work is hit and miss. But through that hit and miss, I think he's made some classics. To me, Fifth Element is one of my most favourite films ever.
I forget you're a Fifth Element fan, right?
Yeah, I am. I know you hate that. I'm also a Jovovich fan, but let's not get into that.
I was shocked that she's not with him anymore, right?
What?
She's not with Luc Besson anymore, right?
Okay, she seems to marry directors.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just recently discovered that. I was like, Yeah, she's now with the Resident Evil guy, right? The Anderson or whatever.
Yeah. And hence she's in all those films, and they make a pretty penny in those films.
I'm sure they do, but it's complete trash.
Okay, we're gonna have to watch Resident Evil next one. Have you watched any of the Resident Evil?
I've only seen the first one, and that lost me. I know a lot of people like it. They say it's mindless fun, but I just can't bring myself to watch them. You need to
sit down and watch them.
They're just pushing me too far. I just can't. I'm not going to watch them.
You have to watch them one by one. They're really good.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. I watch them as soon as they come out in cinema. The next one, is the next one out
yet? So this is the guy they're catering for. Okay, and you like them?
Yeah, I like them. But I think we're digressing. So Luc Besson wrote this, and he produced this. He co-wrote this, and he produced this as well. For reading the titles, I don't know who the director is. Who's the director of Taken 2?
Taken 2, the director is Olivier Megaton.
Is that a man or a woman?
He's a guy.
All right.
And yeah, I think before we get into who he is, which one's better? Did you think it was as good as the first one?
The first one will always have more of an impact on me because it made Liam Neeson this super fighter killer.
But you enjoyed this one.
I really enjoyed this one. I think it had to be made. I know. Okay, this is one of those films where you see the trailer, you think, "Oh my god, they're doing a sequel of this? Why? Okay, whatever." And then I saw the trailer, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I even read on some on a website before I went to see it how it was an example of a film which was made simply because the first one made so much money.
Yes.
I think that's a bit unfair. I mean, maybe that's true, but it's still unfair because it's still a pretty decent film. I still thought it was pretty decent.
They never made Taken and said, we need to continue the story. They never made that film knowing they're going to do a sequel. They weren't expecting a massive hit. You know, Luc Besson's done some films like District 13 and all these other places. And so they weren't really expecting it to be a massive hit. And it was. And so they're like, Liam Neeson.
That's interesting because the first film was directed by, what's his face? Pierre Morel, who also directed District 13. This film, I don't know, this may change your view of the movie. This film was directed by the guy who directed Transporter 3. Yeah.
Okay, fine. To be fair, Transporter 3 was a mess, but to be honest, I can't get past how annoying the lead female was in Transporter 3.
Yeah, she was terrible.
And to the point where I wanted him to put a bullet in her head. And when she was drowning in the car and halfway through the movie in the Transporter 3, I was thinking, just let her die, please, let her die, because she's so annoying. So I think that's what spoiled the movie for me, the fact that she was really annoying.
Not the fact that Jason Statham started stripping.
Well, Jason Statham, we had this joke that in every Transporter, like after the first Transporter movie, where he took his top off and started fighting
the oil fights, the oil wrestling.
Then we started saying, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, we can't get a Transporter movie without these gay scenes of him in oil with other men. And then it's in Transporter 2 and in Transporter 3. So we were only joking, but I think there's a lot of truth to it, and you can see
it became a recurring theme.
Yeah. God damn it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't like number 3, even though I just bought it like a couple of months ago. I don't know why. I don't know why I bought it.
You have an illness, that's why you bought it. Okay, fine. So the guy who directed this has made a bad film before, but I'm a fan of Tony Scott. May he rest in peace. And we never talked about him when he died, but I wish we had. I guess we weren't podcasting much then. But, you know, he's made some amazing films. I can't remember the films of his I'd never liked. There's some films of his I just hated with a passion. But he made True Romance, didn't he? He directed True Romance.
Who are we talking about? Tony Scott?
Tony Scott now, yes.
I'm online. Let's get up his resume.
His filmography is unbelievable. You know, for every dud, there's like 3 or 4 classics.
Okay, I'm going to go backwards. Most recently, Unstoppable. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
No, thank you.
Deja Vu, which I love.
That was amazing.
Man on Fire.
Which I loved.
Enemy of the State.
Excellent.
Crimson Tide.
Excellent.
True Romance.
Excellent.
Beverly Hills Cop 2. Top Gun.
Good. Excellent.
See, yeah, he's got a fairly strong CV.
Yeah, so he made Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which I never watched, so that might be good, but I don't think it is. And he made
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. It's alright. I liked it. It's pretty decent.
Maybe I'll watch it in respect for him. But I never.
Come on, it's him and Denzel. It's like an unbeatable combination, right?
Deja Vu was unbelievable. True Romance is unbelievable. Top Gun is a classic from any decade. And Enemy of the State is one of the most underrated action thrillers out there. I watched it just recently because I think I was thinking of Tony Scott, and I just couldn't believe how good it was. You got Gene Hackman, one of the best actors of our generation or the generation before us, and with Will Smith, who is actually an excellent actor, an excellent leading man. No,
it's a great film. Good. It's a great film, and it's intelligent.
Yes,
I love that about it. It's intelligent. It's a great film. I don't think there's much we can say about it. It's a brilliant film. I don't really can't remember any real flaws.
I recommend that.
It's non-stop entertainment, and it's smart. And if you haven't seen it, you need to. It's really good.
Yeah, and I think actually I may have to change my top 5 on the website to some Tony Scott movies. Just to.
I'm surprised it wasn't Denzel. Do you think he wanted Denzel for it? Seeing as all of his other movies have Denzel.
I don't think it would have been the same with Denzel, and probably Denzel had some other commitments. But
I reckon it would have been still pretty good. I can imagine it.
I think he would have been good, but Will Smith brings something to the role, I think.
I think it's good to see Will Smith in a role like that. That was cool.
Yeah, exactly. But he probably regrets it because I don't think it was a big box office hit for him.
Really?
It's such a good film. It wasn't that big a hit, as far as I understand.
I think if you compare it to stuff like Independence Day and stuff, of course, it's not going to be to that level. But
for Will Smith,
you got to do a film like this once in a while, right? I mean, it's just more fun, I think.
But to be honest, I'm sure Men in Black 3 was a hit for him, and that was not a good film. I liked it, but it was not amazing.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It was good, yeah. I liked it too, but it wasn't...
Anyway, let's get back to Taken 2, running out of time. So, Taken 2, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
There's
wasn't as gruesome as the first one, was it?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't as gruesome, but I think we had come to expect a certain level of things from him. And it was interesting because he roles were reversed a bit. He got taken with his wife, his ex-wife. They got kidnapped. And you just saw how he worked things out and he got things through it. The only thing I would complain about is the way he left his wife. I know he was cold and calculating. He had to be like, well, my daughter's in danger. I can't pull my wife. If I pull her, she'll die too. And we both love her, blah, blah, blah. So he made the right choice, I think. But the way he had to go back again and get his wife was just...
Yeah, that's a bit long-winded, but it's tricky. What can you do, right? It's either the wife or you had to choose. It's one of the situations, choosing between your daughter and your wife.
Shot and killed and
that's tough. But yeah, the first few fight scenes, it started giving me a headache. It was so choppy, the direction. It was really, like you couldn't see the moves. Like in the first Taken, it was like really clear, like open. You saw him in the way he took people down. So that made it really good. That you could really see everything happening. And in this, the first few fight scenes, it was like just blurs of sticks and things moving, and then the bad guys on the floor.
I think the director tried to make it a bit claustrophobic, which was wrong. Yeah. I think he tried to make things look faster than they were by making things blurry and unfocused. And actually, there's a beautiful choreography to the movements. And Liam Neeson he's not a young man, but he actually does move quite fast and he's quite convincing. You know when you see some Western films and people fight, and you see them and they move so slowly and they don't move the arms right and they're terrible. But it
reminds me of The Matrix.
I was about to say The Matrix in his kick. Oh, don't even talk about Lawrence Fishburne. But even Neo's kicks in The Matrix. Just like he does these like kicks which are like up to his knee. And
he's like never above knee level.
And it's just so unauthentic. But Liam Neeson, he doesn't try anything outlandish. He does clear proper moves. And the fight I loved was the last fight between him and the midget.
Yeah, but that was the best one because he didn't do all the things he was doing wrong in the previous fights. He kind of held the camera back. You could see everything happening, which made it so much better.
And it was believable that even though this guy was smaller, you could believe that he was a threat. And you saw how he got Liam Neeson a few times and how he could have got him. It was good. I liked the movie. I'm glad I watched it. It's definitely for the DVD collection or the Blu-ray collection. I don't think they should do a Taken 3 unless they do one with him on an assignment, because I'd love to see him like actually go with his buddies and wreck some stuff.
His buddies look sick.
His buddies are like connected.
They look really ill.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. They do look ill and sick, but they're not like him.
They look, yeah, like one of them, I'm sure he looks like he's got AIDS. He's wearing this hat and he just doesn't look healthy, and I hope he goes to see a doctor in the movie world soon.
I would not disparage any actor out there who could sue us out of existence. Anyhow, what
just in the role, maybe that was the the character they asked him to portray.
What
That's
I will
all I'm
say is
saying.
that his friends look like they're more backup logistics guys than actually he's the real muscle. That's what I would have thought.
What was Liam Neeson's daughter in red bikini running around for quite a while?
Yeah, that wasn't distracting. It was just seemed a bit weird in a Muslim country that she'd be able to do that.
Yeah, so she got to do a few things, running around a bit in this film. I think she was quite
Throwing
good.
grenades. She was good, and they didn't try to make her into some hardcore code killer. Because that would be wrong for the character.
It would be too extreme. But I think
it's still his sweet daughter. She did toughen up a bit in this movie, and she drove well in the movie.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. There's a race, there's a car chase scene in the film which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like through the streets of Istanbul. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But do you like how they make these movies, like both the Taken movies? It makes you feel like there's nowhere safe outside of America.
That's what I was thinking when I was watching the film. I was thinking, actually, he went to Paris. Paris to me seems like a dangerous place where you'll get killed and kidnapped. And they've gone to Turkey, which makes Turkey look really bad. I'm thinking they should go to Canada next. They should go to Canada and make that seem like the most dangerous place on earth.
No, I reckon the next film should be set in Hull.
Yeah, that's not going to
believable.
be too unbelievable, actually. Hull. I've been to Hull, and that was an interesting experience.
Yeah, I remember. Didn't you have some tale how you spoke to someone and you told them you'd been to Hull and they started consoling you? Oh my God, you must have been so tough. And you just kind of passed through the town.
Yeah, no, there was this woman at my church when I was younger who did some outreach work with like people, like making their lives better, whatever. And she's been to Africa, she's been to war zone, she's been all over the world. She went to Hull and she came back to the church crying. She goes, "It's so oppressive, it's bad, it's one of the worst I've ever seen." And you're thinking, woman, you've seen people die, yeah? And then you've been to Hull and you come back saying it's bad.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, you know, it's a pretty tough place. You know, that's how
you
ended up being a tough
area,
guy. You see, growing up in those tough streets, mean streets.
No, you were living in the rich area, weren't you? You were quite sheltered.
I was what?
You were one of the rich kids, obviously.
Yeah, whatever, man. I was out there on the streets.
Dad. Yeah.
Anyhow, we've come to the end of our time. So Taken 2 is a pretty good film. If you like the first one, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. It's difficult to live up to the quality of the first one, but it's worth watching. It's quite fun.
It's worth as part of the history of this guy and the mythology and the canonical history of this.
Just before we wrap it up, there's something I put on Facebook around the time just before the film came out. Liam Neeson trained Batman, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and he is both Aslan and Zeus, and he punches wolves. So why would you kidnap his family?
Yeah,
I
thought that was pretty clever.
Anyhow, okay, so yeah, shall we wrap it up? So we're going to be out of here. Let's all hope that Yao will join us again, maybe again in about 6 months' time or whenever. Hopefully sooner than that. What do you say, big guy? You're going to be joining us again?
Yeah, I think we should go watch Resident Evil and then
Resident Evil?
an hour long talking about it.
Why are you trying to punish me?
We should do a Resident Evil marathon when you catch up. So you can understand this film in context.
I don't want to. I already appreciate these films.
Joking aside, we have to watch Looper because I've been told very good things about that movie, and I was going to actually try and catch it the other day.
Have to watch what? What? Say it again?
Looper.
How do you? What film's that?
Looper. It's a Rian Johnson movie. I believe his dad was a famous director. He's made a few good films. He's made The Brothers Bloom, which I recommend you watch. Everybody out there, watch Brothers Bloom. Excellent movie.
I've got the Brothers Bloom. Yeah,
it's good.
I like
good film. And he did one called Brick, which I haven't watched yet. I hear good things about that. I heard that some people prefer to Brothers Blooms, but most people don't. So I'll see what that's like.
No, Brothers Bloom is pretty cool. I liked it.
I thought it was a very lovely movie.
That was one of the first times I saw like Ruffalo, because I wasn't that familiar with Ruffalo before the Avengers.
Okay, I got Avengers on my iTunes on iPad, and I've watched it like 7 times in the last 2 weeks, and I love it. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm just on IMDb looking at Looper. I was like, what is this? It looks really cool. How come I haven't even heard of it?
It's been described on the side of buses, because you can trust the blurb on the side of buses, as this generation's Matrix, which will probably scare you because you hated the Matrix.
I did, yeah.
It's supposed to be pretty good. It's about...
Here's the synopsis. In 2072, when the mob wants to get rid of someone, the target is sent 30 years into the past where a hired gun awaits. Someone like Joe, who one day learns the mob wants to close the loop by transporting back Joe's future self. It sounds like some kind of version of Time Cop.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's the guy has been talking a lot because I sometimes listen to the Slash Film podcast as well as a few other film podcasts, and he's been around on some of them, and he's talked once or twice in the past about his theory about time travel, and he's been talking about he's making the movie about time travel and how he's trying to do it without any inconsistencies or paradoxes or whatever. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good film. I think that's the next one we have to watch. It's out here. It must be out in Singapore.
It's not yet, according to this site. It's coming out October the 11th. So this one, definitely.
Yeah,
this is going on to high up on my list of movies to watch. It looks pretty cool. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for pointing this one out to me. Can't believe it flew under my radar. Cool. All right, man, I'm going to head off now, so it's been good. Hey, guys, if you liked what you've heard, remember to check out our site, www.maximumextreme.net, and like us and subscribe to us and all that kind of stuff. And take it easy, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh, you can also follow me on Twitter as @Yowza.
Yeah, if you like looking at a blank screen, updated 6 monthly.
Yeah. Or you can find me on Facebook if you know me.
Yeah, if you know him. Otherwise, he will block you.
Otherwise, don't bother. All right,
take it easy. See ya. Bye.